Somewhere between your grandparents' generation and now, a huge chunk of basic gardening knowledge quietly got banned, restricted, or regulated out of existence. Not because it stopped working. It still works better than most of what gets sold to you today, but because cities, homeowners associations, and modern regulations decided that growing your own food, collecting your own water, and using free resources sitting right in front of you was somehow a problem. Some of what's on this list is still technically restricted in certain cities and neighborhoods right now. Some of it is just knowledge that got buried because nobody makes money off of you knowing it. Either way, every single trick on this list still works exactly the way it did decades ago. And by the end of this video, you're going to have a full arsenal of forgotten techniques that can make your garden more productive, more resilient, and a lot more self-sufficient than almost anyone growing food around you. Let's get into it. Number 1. Gray water irrigation. Your grandparents didn't let laundry or dishwashing water go to waste. They redirected it straight onto the garden. In a lot of cities today, using gray water for irrigation is heavily restricted or requires a permit. But with basic filtering and biodegradable soap, it's a proven way to water a garden almost for free. Number 2. Rain barrel collection. It sounds harmless, but in several states rainwater collection was actually illegal or restricted for decades under old water rights laws. Grandparents ran gutters straight into barrels anyway. A single barrel under a downspout can capture hundreds of gallons in one storm. Number 3. Front yard vegetable gardens. Countless homeowners associations and city codes have banned growing food in front yards, insisting on grass instead. Older generations just grew food where the sun was best, front yard or not, because feeding the family mattered more than curb appeal. Number 4. Backyard chickens. Banned in a huge number of cities for decades, quietly legalized again in many places only recently. Grandparents kept a small flock for eggs and pest control long before it became a trendy homesteading move. Number 5. Urban beekeeping. Once outright illegal in most major cities. A few backyard hives were a normal part of a productive garden, boosting pollination and giving you honey as a bonus. Number 6. Saving heirloom seeds. Modern hybrid and patented seed varieties legally restrict you from saving and replanting them. Grandparents saved seeds from their best plants every single year, building strains perfectly adapted to their exact soil and climate over time. Number 7. The Three Sisters Method. Corn, beans, and squash planted together, where the corn gives the beans something to climb. The beans feed the soil with nitrogen, and the squash leaves shade out weeds. One of the oldest companion planting systems in existence, and it still outperforms a lot of modern layouts. Number 8. Planting by the moon. Whether or not you buy into the folklore, generations of farmers planted root crops during a waning moon and above-ground crops during a waxing moon, believing lunar pull affected moisture in the soil. Plenty of old-timers swore their harvests proved it. Number 9. Comfrey tea fertilizer. Comfrey leaves soaked in water for a few weeks break down into a nutrient-dense liquid fertilizer loaded with potassium. It smells rough, but it was a staple-free fertilizer long before bottled plant food existed. Number 10. Diluted urine as fertilizer. This one makes people uncomfortable, but it's true and it's backed by basic chemistry. Urine is naturally high in nitrogen, and when heavily diluted with water, it was a common, completely free fertilizer for generations of gardeners. Number 11. Wood ash for pests and pH. Ash from the fireplace was never thrown away. Sprinkled around plants, it deters soft-bodied pests like slugs, and worked into acidic soil, it raises pH naturally. No store-bought lime required. Number 12. Crushed eggshells for calcium. Tomatoes and peppers are prone to a condition called blossom end rot, caused by calcium deficiency. Crushed eggshells worked into the soil around the base of the plant slowly release calcium exactly where it's needed. Number 13. Used coffee grounds. Grandparents didn't throw out coffee grounds. They worked them straight into the soil around acid-loving plants, adding organic matter and a slow release of nitrogen as they broke down. Number 14. Banana peels for potassium. Buried a few inches under the soil near flowering and fruiting plants, banana peels break down and release potassium, which helps plants develop stronger blooms and better fruit. Number 15. Cardboard sheet mulching, also called lasagna gardening. Layering cardboard directly over grass or weeds, then piling compost and mulch on top, smothers everything underneath while it breaks down into rich soil. No tilling required. Number 16. Straw bale gardening. Entire vegetable gardens grown directly in decomposing straw bales, which act as both container and slow-release fertilizer as they break down. a brilliant workaround for anyone dealing with poor native soil. Number 17. Hugelkultur mounds. Burying logs and branches under soil mounds creates a raised bed that holds moisture like a sponge and slowly feeds the plants above as the wood decomposes over years. Some of these mounds from decades ago are still productive today. Number 18. Scavenging free wood chips. Local tree companies often give away wood chips just to avoid dump fees. Older gardeners built entire relationships with local arborists to get truckloads of free mulch delivered straight to their property. Number 19. Root cellar storage. Digging a cool, dark underground storage space kept root vegetables fresh for months without electricity. Some older root cellars are technically out of compliance with modern building codes, but the concept still works exactly as well as it did 100 years ago. Number 20. Guerrilla gardening on vacant land. Planting food or flowers on neglected public land or abandoned lots, technically unauthorized in most places, but a quiet tradition that stretches back generations of people turning wasted space into something productive. Number 21. Foraging public land. Wild greens, berries, and mushrooms growing on public land were free food for anyone willing to learn what was safe to eat. Regulations on foraging vary a lot today, but the knowledge itself never expired. Number 22. Regrowing vegetables from scraps. Green onions, celery bases, and lettuce stumps can all regrow from the cut-off ends sitting in a bit of water, a trick your grandparents used out of necessity that still works exactly the same today. Number 23. Pallet wood raised beds. Free reclaimed pallets from local businesses, broken down and rebuilt into raised garden beds, cost basically nothing compared to buying lumber, and it kept a lot of usable wood out of the landfill. Number 24. Trap cropping. Planting a sacrificial crop that pests prefer, like nasturtiums near squash, to lure insects away from your main harvest. A pest control method that requires zero chemicals and has been used for generations. Number 25. Companion planting with marigolds and basil. Both release compounds that naturally repel a wide range of garden pests. Planted around the border of a vegetable bed, they act as a living, chemical-free defense system that grandparents relied on long before pesticide aisles existed. And that's all 25. Every single one of these still works today, and most of them cost you nothing but a little time and a willingness to do things the way they were done before convenience took over. If you actually put even 5 of these into practice this season, your garden is going to outperform almost every neighbor relying purely on store-bought fertilizer and bagged mulch. Subscribe, because next I'm breaking down the old-school preservation tricks that let our grandparents store an entire harvest without a single freezer, and some of them are honestly more effective than what most people are doing right now.